Well, Iceman, you went and did it this time. You came out wanting to do your little dance battle thing, and the problem was you said the magic word. I think it was hardcore. You didn't get ACH. You got Pete Madden.
Yeah, I know. I mean, first I called out ACH because I wanted to prove to everybody that I am better than he is, and I got my dance championship back. How I got it back? Well, that's neither here or there. I got it back. I have it in my possession once again. As we all know, possession is 9/10 of the law, so that makes me the dance champion. And yes, I did say hardcore. Where in the world did Pete Madden come from? I have no idea. I thought he was retired, rode off in the sunset, out surfing the waves in Wisconsin or wherever the hell he's from. Then he comes out bringing all this crap, and I get suckered into a hardcore match. I was not prepared for that, but I tell you what, I gave it my all. I jumped in, I did it. I may have came out on the losing end of it, but I can say that I rank pretty high in the ranks of a hardcore legend.
Yeah. So I guess maybe we could say you were a double loser tonight, because with him doing the Pee-wee dance, I think he won the dance battle part 2.
No, that's where you're wrong. I mean, that was about as stupid a statement as how stupid you look in that soccer get-up. Because like I've told you before, soccer's not a real sport. But no, I am still the dance champion. I am still undefeated, regardless what happened with ACH and regardless what you think that happened tonight. I'm still your undefeated dance champion. So I only came up short in the match. Pete is a hardcore legend himself. I stood my own ground, so I think I should be considered a hardcore legend as well.
Pete Madden, what a surprise to see you here at Metro Pro. We knew Iceman was going to do a open challenge on his dance battle, and I guess he said the magic word, hardcore. You probably didn't even hear dance. You probably just heard hardcore and said, uh-oh.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened there. I'm getting up in my years, and I didn't have my clarifier hearing aid in, and, you know, my men's over 50 vitamins were kind of rumbling in my gut, and I just thought it was a hardcore match. So I came out, and the fans started handing me the booty, and all of a sudden I'm in there, and I've got a cymbal off a drum set, Singapore canes, a beach ball for some reason, a snake. That was kind of cool.
I guess he thought it was Jake Roberts.
Yeah, a bunch of chairs. Yeah, he put the snake on me, and I kind of got a little freaked out. Garbage can, which exploded on his head, which was pretty cool, and a couple guitars. And it's funny how I come to Kansas City and I haven't even been actively wrestling since 2011, but the fans are here. They remember, and I think they bring stuff just in case a hardcore match breaks out. So all of a sudden, here I am in the ring. I'm surrounded by weapons. Yeah, what are you gonna do? And I went out there and I danced like an imbecile. I danced worse than anybody in the history of dancing. So I don't think you're gonna see me doing any kind of like ballet moves anymore. I mean, that was pretty bad out there. But it was fun, man. It was totally fun, and I love Metro Pro. Love Kansas City, and it's so good to see everybody. I'm praying that this happens again, maybe once a year, maybe more, whatever they can do, and it's just such a good time coming here. And I'm glad to see you too, man.
I
didn't use your jersey though today. I should have used your jersey.
I do have to say, and you brought it up, you actually kind of did the dance battle part, bringing out the Pee-wee dance, and some would say I guess you beat Iceman twice. You beat him at the dance, and then you beat him in the match.
Oh my God, the fans yelled tequila at the end of it. It was so fun, and I don't know, man. I was trying to hoist him up in the air like Jennifer Grey in the movie Dirty Dancing, but it just kind of turned into a diamond cutter. I don't know what happened there. I guess he slipped. He was too oiled up or whatever, but oh my God, what a fun night. Next time I get in a dance contest with that guy, I'm doing the fairway dance from Caddyshack, and I'm going to put on Mr. Roboto by Styx and do the robot.
Well, SBC, you had your nemesis, Mike Sydal, on this special show of Metro Pro Wrestling. And much to the chagrin of some of the fans, I should say, you did come out victorious tonight.
Yep. Well, here's the thing. I showed up. We haven't been here in 10 months. They wanted to see some Showtime. They missed the cape. They missed the hair. They missed the athleticism. They missed every single thing that I do. So tonight, I tried to give them every single thing that I do.
Well, that could be debatable, but at the end of the night, we had just this big melee after the ace steal, Jeremy Wyatt. I look like everybody in the back. I think I saw you out in the ring. What was going on with all this?
You know, bad guys beating up good guys beating up bad guys. Honestly, I was just out there having fun.
So now this back on Mike Sydal, though. Obviously, we don't know when, if there'll be another Metro Pro show. Is this settled between the two of you?
I don't know if it'll ever be settled between the two of us, because as much as I love Metro Pro, it's not the only promotion out there. So we might do battle again. We might do battle at 3XW. We might do battle at PWP. We might do battle at Dynamo. I'm not just sure. You know, who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But I do know this. I would love to wrestle Mike Sydal any day of the week, especially here at Metro Pro. Okay.
Mike Sydal, your nemesis SBC was opposite the ring from you tonight, and I got to say that the match didn't quite end the way you wanted.
No, it didn't. You know, whatever. Anytime I lose, the match doesn't end the way I want. But you know, SBC and I have gone back and forth, so I'm certain this won't be the last time I wrestle him, and I'm certain that at some point in the future I will beat him again.
Now we're hoping maybe somewhere down the line that might be here at Metro Pro. I do have to say I've already interviewed him, and he has pretty much said it may not be here. It might be 3XW, Dynamo, anywhere else around the Midwest. He says you two are no strangers in other areas.
SBC? Right, yeah, I mean, we wrestle each other all over the country for sure. We recently wrestled each other in Philadelphia, so they see two guys that are very athletic, and I think promoters realize that we know each other very well and can put on a really good match, so it's been happening more and more often.
So something tells me this rivalry is nowhere near finished.
Well, I hope not. I mean, when it's finished, I would want to be the guy with the last win.
Kansas champion Tyler Cook, you had to face that Dan Walsh and, of course, his little cohorts with him, Lucy Mendez and the Magic Man.
Magic Man.
You came out victorious, but I don't know, I guess you took a few bruises from it, including that low blow.
Yeah, you know, Dan Walsh kind of rolled in here from St. Louis, kind of thinking that he's a big deal. I guess maybe he is around St. Louis area, but in Kansas City, it's not even on the map. But yeah, he came out here with that floozy and the Magic Man. But I didn't really see anything much magical about him this evening at all. But you know, that's all right. He took him 2 extra people on the outside to help him out a little bit. He still didn't walk away with the title.
Yeah, I started thinking it was more of a handicap match, it looked like.
Yeah, you know, it kind of felt like a handicap match, but running around with that little floozy, not much of a woman at all. But and I guess you could say that he's not much of a man at all, because a real man puts a diamond on it.
Dan Walsh had a chance to get the Kansas title from Tyler Cook, and well, it wasn't to be. Your little cohorts outside the ring, Magic Man, Lucy, causing a disqualification on you tonight.
Yeah, we don't pay him to just stand there. Okay, we're gonna get him in the action.
We get.
I know. Yeah, you heard Lucy. We get involved. All right. Everybody, I know all the little perverts around the stage wouldn't be able to go home tonight unless they seen Lucy get physical with some people. So that's why we brought him in.
I get physical.
Well, yeah, but Lucy hitting a guy where it counts. I mean, come on. Obviously, that's what caused a DQ, and nobody should ever do that to another man.
I don't think so. I think Lucy hits a man where it counts because it counts. If it was hit the man where it doesn't count, then it'd be non-effective. She hit the man where it counts, thus it being effective.
Why would I hit a man where it doesn't count? That's silly.
I know, Lucy.
Rick,
God,
what? I hate you
come
so
on.
much.
But now, don't you want that Kansas title? I mean, having the disqualification means obviously you don't get the title.
Rick, what have you learned from me being here? Anytime I won a title, I'll get it. It may not be the first time, may not be the second time, but eventually I get what I want. You're going to see Dan Walsh as the Kansas State champion, whether you like it or not. One day you're going to see Dan Walsh as the Metro Heavyweight champion. You're going to see Dan Walsh as the President of the United States. You're going to see Dan Walsh as Emperor of the planet Earth and Galaxy 4.
And then you're going to see this sultry body And we're going to have an after party the likes of which...
This country deserves an Adonis, okay? A man with chiseled abs that can just speculate the world, or speculate, what am I saying? Bedazzle the world with his abs. Washerboards. I don't know anything about policy. I don't. Couldn't tell you. I don't know what that deficit is. No idea. Okay? I don't know people money. I don't understand how that works. But glistening abs. I do know that. Sharp charisma. I know that too. Nobody's going to want to mess with us because I'm not going to go to war. I'm going to have Magic Man show up at their head office and throw fireballs in their face.
Boom, done.
But I do remember seeing when he tried to do that, and ACH deflected it back in his own face.
Well, yeah, it happened one time, but you know what? Sometimes we got to fail before we succeed, okay? Or in this case, the reverse. The point is I was Central States champion, okay? I had 2 strong defenses against Derek Stone, who was the man who held the longest record as far as being Central States champion. I beat him twice. That proves I am the greatest Central States champion to ever exist.
Ever.
One more time, say ever. Ever.
Well, we've got Hoodlum here once again. Had a match in Metro Pro, and once again came up on the losing end. It's 0 for what? I lost count.
You know, man, it doesn't matter because what you guys saw was history tonight. You saw the longest reigning non-losing streak in the history of Metro Pro come to an end. I mean, this is a very somber day for all of us today, and I feel like today my streak was put to an end, and a lot of credit to Viking Warrior.
Now, didn't you say you handpicked your opponent this time? So shouldn't that have meant you had a leg up on the competition? You should have probably won this?
You would think so, but that state line between Kansas and Colorado is really kind of blurred. So I don't really know when I'm actually in Kansas, when I'm still in Colorado. So we stop and we drink the water, and I think that's why I keep losing these matches, because what I need to do is just bring my own water from California. That's what I need to do.
I think you actually did that one time, but I don't know, someone maybe switched your water or something, you claim?
Someone definitely switched my water. That might have been what happened tonight. The bottom line is the conspiracy continues here in Metro Pro, and it's whatever. I came out here and I entertained the fans. They all love me, even though they might not want to admit it. This guy loves me right here. It's fine. I know you all love me.
Well, Viking Warrior, you got to face the guy that sometimes makes appearances here at Metro Pro, Hoodlum. He had said you were his hand-picked opponent, and he's 0 for, I've lost count how many times, and you got a win over him, so he still hasn't won in Metro Pro.
To be honest with you, I wasn't very intimidated when I found out that I was going to be wrestling the Hoodlum because of his impressive streak here at Metro Pro Wrestling. But as far as hand-pick goes, I don't care who picks. I'm a Viking. I'm going to fight anybody who wants to pick a fight with me. So that's all there is to it with the Hoodlum. He just picked the wrong guy at the wrong night.
At the end of the night, I want to bring up this little melee that broke out after the main event. Ace Steel, Jeremy Wyatt, and I think the entire locker room came out. It just turned into this big brawl in the middle of the ring. I mean, I'm guessing you were part of it in the middle of that somewhere.
Oh yeah, anytime there's a big fight, I'm going to be in the middle of it. I live off that aggression, and that's kind of in my blood as a Nordic guy. So I'm going to be in any scuffle there, righting the wrongs and wronging the right sometimes. So.
Well, hopefully sometime in the future, Metro Pro, we don't know if there'll be another show in the future, but if there is, we hope you're part of the card.
Oh, the land of ice and snow isn't as far away from Metro Pro Wrestling as it may seem, so I'll be here for sure.
Stevie Richards, an honor once again to see you in Metro Pro. A little different demeanor tonight. Derek Stone came out. He was not in a good mood, and you're up to the task, though.
Well, in a year of my life has changed quite dramatically, as most people. They aren't the same as they were last year. I've grown up and, looked at the world a lot differently. Came out here with a different kind of intensity, I would say. And, really tried to change my game. Not only my life, but also my game in the ring. Usually used the Stevie kick as a finish and knock people out. Now I try to go for a combination between the Stevie kick and then into the I'll tap you and make them obviously tap and submit in the match.
Now I got to tell you, you did a valuable assist though from Michael Strider. Not that you were about to lose because you were probably going to win on DQ. He saved you from what we call the Abdullah fork attack from Derek Stone. I don't know if you saw he had the fork in his hand. He was ready to get you, and Strider took it away from him.
I didn't see that. All I saw was Derek Stone coming at me. I thought he still had the fork in his hand. Obviously, the best counter, at least what I saw in the Stevie Richards handbook, is to hit him in the mouth with a Stevie kick before he can stab me with a fork. That's in some self-defense class, I guess. But that's what I did, and then I was able to, as he got up, push him in the ropes and hook him for the out tap you, which, Derek Stone's he's a huge guy. I mean, that's pretty much only, I think the second time I had him off his feet was when I tapped him. So it was pretty effective, and he's a big guy. It took quite a bit for me to even to get my hands wrapped around him and get my leg over him to apply the choke.
Well, it was an honor to see you once again. Hopefully, if Metro Pro ever has a show in the future, we'll see you once again and maybe make Derek Stone tap again.
I'd like to make everybody on the roster tap. I think that's a project that we're going to talk about from time to time.
Well, Derek Stone, you kind of had a demeanor tonight that I don't know if some of us were ready for. You're a little bit miffed that you weren't in this documentary that Scott Kessler made about Metro Pro.
Rick, I don't care if you're upset at all. What you think about anything never registers to my mind, okay? Let's get that clear from the very beginning, okay?
All right. Well,
don't pull that away from me. I've got something to say, and you're going to listen to it. You take the time to walk over here and ask me, you're going to shut up and you're going to listen. All right. Make a documentary about Kansas City wrestling, and you don't have Derek Stone in it. Is that the stupidest thing you've ever heard in your life? Yes, it is. Who, two-time Metro Pro champion, longest-running Central States champion in the history of that particular title. The only superstar here. The only reason people come to Kansas City, to Missouri, to Kansas, to Nebraska, to Iowa, to wrestle in the Central States region is because of me. That's a fact. And to exclude me, it's like when the Nazis decided they wanted to burn books and remove books. I'm somebody you cannot burn. You cannot get rid of me, so they try to erase history and try to act like I was never here. Well, you know what? I'm here. And Stevie Richards, you got lucky. People get lucky. But anybody that saw that match saw one thing. They saw Stevie Richards get beat up. And that's what I do. And that's why I'm the only superstar in the Central States area that has mattered for over 2 decades. Rick, this interview is over. If you ask me one more question, I'm going to punch you right in your stupid face.
Jeremy Wyatt, Metro Pro champion, had well, at the beginning of the night we had Chris out in the ring and the commission interrupted and then Strider came out and well, then we had Ace Steel and we knew he was due to face you later tonight, so you came out too and just kind of kicked off the night, you and Steel kind of facing off right away.
Yeah, I've been waiting 10 months to see everybody, so I figured I would come out as soon as I possibly could. And when Ace came out with the commission and they started jumping on Strider a little bit, and I said, well, why wait till later when I can do it now? So out I came, and the good times began.
Yes, they did. They headed for higher ground, but of course you had the match against them. Obviously, everybody wants a piece of that title. It was not to be. You came out victorious once again, as we've seen so many times before.
Yeah, man, it was just a really fun night, man. Like Ace Steel, I mean, he came out, and, was a bit of a prick, but the guy is an awesome wrestler. It was fun to be in the ring with him, man. Lucky enough for me, I tapped him out, but it was an honor to be in there with him, regardless of his demeanor for the evening. Man, I mean, the guy trained CM Punk, Colt Cabana. I mean, the guy's as legit as they come. He's been around the world. So being in the ring with a guy like that only makes me better.
I do have to say, it seemed like a little bit of a sore loser, but not just him. The commission, of course, which we know are very sore losers, came out, started with the beat down, but looked like he had some help in the back as basically the back cleared out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the best sport when it comes to losing. I try not to make a habit of it. So, yeah, they beat me up a little bit, but people had my back, and then other guys came out, and it just turned into a big old brawl. I mean, that's a fun way to end the show, man. Everybody's been waiting for 10 months. They have all that energy. They had a chance to let it out, and hopefully it's a lot sooner than 10 months before we get to do that again, and hopefully, we sent everyone home happy.
Well, Michael Strider, we didn't expect necessarily to see you in the ring in any kind of necessary physical capacity, but Chris Goff started off tonight. He was talking to the fans. The commission comes out, and it's kind of like the whole thing broke down. You came out as part of what was going on at that time.
Well, what it was, Retro, was 2 years ago, almost to the day, was when I retired. And I had been helping backstage and around those areas, helping all the guys out and helping Chris out. But I wasn't at the last Metro show when they had to close out. So we worked real hard, and I worked a lot with Chris, and we built up this thing. And he said, you know what? I want you to bring out the bleach. I want you to get the hair blonde again. I need Michael Strider to come out here and represent me in a fashion that is going to be suitable for what I want it to be. He is pretty much, I am his hammer, I guess is what I would say, to make sure that things run smooth. And, the commission has a certain amount of power here. Chris does too. I'm the balance between the both.
Interesting way to put it. Now, you did come out and kind of balance things out with Derek Stone when he had his match with Stevie Richards. And late in that match, he got out the old fork, shades of Abdullah the Butcher. And when he looked like he was getting ready to use it, you were there to block him from using it and get that fork away from him.
Nobody knows better than me, with my fusion with Derek Stone, what that fork feels like. I've got to know Stevie a little bit. He's a cool guy. Nice guy, works real hard, has a lot of passion. So when I saw that out there, and given that my new role is to be sort of the enforcer, I wasn't going to let Derek Stone run what was a great match and stab who I consider my friend, Stevie Richards, in the head with a fork. It's inhumane. It's not right, and I think it worked out for Stevie's benefit.
It did. Stevie picked up the win in that match, and then we saw you once again at the end of the night. Maybe not so much in an enforcer capacity, because it seemed like the whole locker room emptied out after that title match. The attack was going on Wyatt, and everybody came out of the back. What was going on?
Well, I'm a retired wrestler, but I'm not doesn't mean I can't fight you. I like to fight. Jeremy Wyatt is my friend. After years of battling back and forth, a mutual respect is earned that can blossom into a friendship. I saw a 3-on-1 situation. I grabbed the nearest guys I can find, not the submission squad, the Cobra Kai. They have issues with those guys anyway. They're like, yeah, let's go save them. We hopped out there. I don't know what the hell happened with everybody else coming out there. Luckily, we have people that have our back, and they had people that had our back, and it was very much us against them situation, and us won.
Now, do you think, we don't know, obviously, if there's going to be another Metro Pro show in the future, if there is, when it might be. Is this something that we might see play out on future shows if it happens?
Yes, you will. You will see it played out.